Ahoy and welcome. I am Lee, the Pirate Tester, and today I am with Scott Kenyon. Good afternoon, Scott.
Good afternoon, Lee.
How is the weather for you? It's very sunny and cloudless for me here in the Midlands, UK.
Very similar where I am looking out my window. It's scared that it wants to rain, but it's also scared that it wants to be sunny.
Good old British weather. Is it sunny or rain? Maybe both.
Yep.
So, Scott, let's get into the meat of it, because before this we had a bit of a chat and I've got a feeling we're going to have lots to cover. So, Scott, first of all, what do you do?
Okay, I am currently a QA test manager, release manager and environments manager for a company called First Port, which is like the UK's leading like property management company. I've been doing that job now for a couple of months, been brought in to kind of look at the QA release and environments, bringing in governance, kind of like we are struggling on this. Would you please come and give us some advice and help? And I took it as a challenge, and that's where I am. So I'm currently in the process of writing, producing an entire test QA function from the ground up. So it's very exciting.
So just a small task then, not much going on for you.
No, somewhat. When I was offered the job, it was this is going to be a challenge. I'm like, nah, and yes, it is. But it's something that I have lots of passion in. You know, ability to change cultures and really start from where we want to start, which is brilliant.
At least they pitched it to you that it would be a challenge. You weren't told it was going to be a cakewalk and then walk in and go, oh my God, this is very difficult.
Yeah, I'm really, really lucky that the people who approached me, Andrew and Anthony, were really clear on, you know, this is the vision we want to go for. I did I also teach with the Cordis Guild, so I teach people coming into testing, all about testing and mindsets and methodology. I do that as well. And they saw me do that on social media and kind of approached me and said, we kind of want that sort of mindset of where we are and can we work together? So they were very clear, and it was quite nice as well, because I've very much kind of lived through the last couple of years in testing, and saw how it's kind of evolved and changed so much. It's nice doing something different.
I mean, that's a good segue, because I was going to go on to that. So I know that you do more than just your day job. You've got this side gig of helping people learn about testing. So do you want to go into like what kind of stuff you cover and how people could get involved?
Yeah, so there's a company called the Cordis Guild, which is based in Leeds. It's called a boot camp, so it takes 20, 30 people over a 3-month boot camp, 17 lessons, and each lesson is like a 3-hour long sort of, over a web sort of based one. It's myself, you've got Stokes in there, you've got Suman, you've got Lavina, you've got Beth. I think you've already spoke to Beth on one of these. And we kind of, what we do is each little lesson is a little segment of what we believe is quite good as a tester. So the ones like what is testing, a bit about exploratory testing, a bit about automation, a little bit about, what is a bug, what's next, some tools. So we kind of give a really good sort of basic foundational, sort of knowledge to people who really want to get into testing. And a few people at the end of the boot camp, which is free, it's at Cordis Guild, have a look at it. A lot of people who get into it are then now finding careers in testing, and we've kind of given that step up. We kind of remove a lot of myths. One of our favourite things we say is it depends, because there is no right answer. My speciality is communication and neurodiversity. So I talk about how important it is to talk as a tester. I'm currently in the process of trying to write a talk. My current working title is Stop Testing, Start Talking, which might work, but it's still a working title. It's just more people we have as testers are empowering people. We can empower our teams around us to actually think and move in a certain way. So very shift left, very DevOps. Before we even do one test, we can actually evolve the team in a better way.
That's fantastic, because I like communication. To me, you could be the best at working out like what tests you want to do, analysing a document, but if you can't communicate with people, if you can't ask questions, if you can't explain what you know, it's all for nothing, isn't it?
Well, I think so. Yeah, I think one of the things you get is that you've got all this some absolute wonderful people I've met at conferences, online, or at the Test Bash Home that went on last week. Seen some fantastic people that have some brilliant ideas. But I think because we are quite a neurodiverse bunch of people as testers, it's one of the fantastic traits we have. Sometimes we, generally speaking, sometimes we don't have the best way of, I'd say, communicating it to everybody. And everyone knows how fun product owners can be to talk to. So what I do is I try and coach and help and support people. And what I try and do at the moment is just to tell people, you've got these skills, and to just kind of like hone them a little bit. It's the good old thing, you're a cube. All I'm doing is just sharpening or just shaving off the edges so you're more rounded. So then you can deliver the fantastic ideas you've got. You can deliver the wonderful, quirky ways you've got of testing the software, but in a way that'll land. Because landing your idea is the hardest thing to do at the moment in tech, I find.
And how did you get involved with the Cordis Guild then? So what was your journey to getting into the Cordis Guild?
Last year, there was at the Leeds Digital Festival last September. There was a panel about neurodiversity in tech, and I'd already done a couple of like talks about my neurodiversity. I'm autistic, PTSD, and an anxiety disorder. So I've got a few boxes ticked, which is quite fun, I always say. So I was approached to say, do you want to be part of the panel? Do you want to give a couple of minute presentation on it? So I gave a couple of minute presentation, was part of the panel. It was on my birthday, which was quite fun. And then from there, Stokes, fantastic guy, my mentor, I won't tell the world for him. He said, we're thinking of creating a boot camp. The way you communicate and the way you bring people in, that'd be really good for us. Do you want to come and support us? So I came on board, wrote my presentation, helped support and co-author a couple more presentations, and as like a group, we just kind of brought this to market. The Cordis Guild did, and we just present it, as it were. But everything that's written is written by us, so by testers, for testers, and there's no jargon in it. It's basically how we would talk to someone at the side of a desk. It's lots of activities, and a lot of people are finding it easier to learn that way, in this new way.
That's fantastic, and I will agree with you. Like, AD Stokes is a fantastic guy, and just always people however he can.
Yep, he was my mentor. He's the reason I got into testing in the first place. So way back a couple of years ago, I was supporting the IT team with something we were developing of mine, and Eddie was the tester in it. And he got me to start doing some UAT testing, start writing some acceptance criteria, start, going to a couple more meetings. By the time I knew it, I was kind of a tester. And then a job came up and I went, yes, please. And that's kind of why I kind of fell into it, through the support and guidance of him, and I'm eternally grateful.
That's fantastic. Well, our time is nearly out because those 9 minutes go fast. So, Scott, thank you for coming in and talking to me today and sharing all of this with everyone.
Thank you very much, Lee, and thank you very much, everyone.